Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I will be talking about my birth, and this will be a story because this has never happened to me during labor or anything, so I am excited to talk to you guys about it. But before we get into it, I have baby Evalyn here. She is going to be 3 months old tomorrow, and if you guys want to see like her weekly and monthly checkups, I'll leave those in the cards so you guys can go check that out. And if you guys also want to check out my my birth vlog, I will leave it in the cards also if you guys want to go check that out. But before we get started, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you have the notification on so you can be notified every time we upload a video. And please comment down below for anything you want, just to say hi, you know, throw some emojis out there, you know. But let's just get on with this video. I'll just start with what happened 2 days before I went to the hospital. So she was born on the 18th, and on the 16th, on that Wednesday, we went to my 39-week appointment, and I was 39 weeks and 4 days, I believe. And I went in, and they told me everything was good. That if by 40 weeks I'm not like dilated or in contractions or anything like that, they was gonna schedule me to be induced and whatever. But then that was that Wednesday, and then I believe on that Thursday I had went to the park with my mom to walk and stuff, to, you know, get her ready, because I hate being induced just for the fact that you have to stay in the hospital for longer. So I'll get into that in a little bit also. Why? Oh my gosh. So like I was saying before, Evalyn puked on me. On that, I don't even know where I was, but on that Wednesday, that happened. And then Thursday I went exercise in the park with my mom, which is also in my birth vlog if you guys want to go check that out, you know, in the playlist. Before I start with this, what happened on the actual day, I did wanted to mention that some of my kids, I was induced and some wasn't. She was the only one that I didn't use no, excuse me, that was unmedicated. There was no help at all. But yeah, that was just a quick, just wanted to mention that not all of them was induced, and not all of them had epidural or anything like that. So on October 18, 2019, the day started like this. In the morning around 7:45, I'm gonna say, I was getting the kids ready. I get the kids up at 7:15, and usually we're out of the house by 8 o'clock. So at 7:45, I started having contractions, which were like just like aching pain. It wasn't like, oh, I need to go to the hospital right now type of thing. So I just did my normal daily activity. I took the kids to the school since they go to 2 different places. I came home around 8:15, 8:30, around there. And then I started feeling my contractions, you know, getting closer, which I should have timed them when I started feeling them, but I didn't. I just did it after I dropped off the kids at, you know, at school. So then I started timing them for, I think it was 2 hours. So for 2 hours I was timing them, and the timing was off. Like there were some that was, you know, like separated. Some was 11 minutes apart, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So I just waited till the contractions were consistent enough for me to go to the hospital. So when I got to the hospital, they checked me in, and it was 11 o'clock, I'm gonna say. And then they monitored me, was you know, checking my cervix and all of that. So then they told me that I was 6 centimeters when I got checked in and stuff. So they were just monitoring me just to make sure that I was in active labor, I guess. The pain at that moment was tolerable. Tolerable? Am I saying that correctly? Tolerable. There you go. So, it was, I'm gonna say like a 6, 7. I have really high patience for pain, so it was 6 or 7, I'm gonna say. And by that time, when they got me to like my room, it was 12:30, I'm gonna say, or 12 o'clock, 12:30. I got to my room, and then since they had passed, you know, already like an hour, they checked me again at 12:30, and I was 8 centimeters. So in about an hour, I went from 6 centimeters to 8 centimeters. To mention that I did tell them when I got to the hospital that I wanted epidural, because I was like, I cannot give birth with no epidural, because that's how I've done it with all of my kids. So they had, you know, called the anesthesiologist to come for me to sign, you know, consent and all of that. And when they did, when I told them, you know, they was like, okay, they were, I think, in the OR or something, so I had to wait for them to finish up and then come get me the pain. So in the meantime, I was in my room with my mom at that moment, because this whole birth labor thing was just with my mom, because their dad went to pick up the kids, and then was gonna come back from picking them up and then come back to the hospital. So at 12:30 that happened. 12:30 I was dilated at 8. While I was waiting from that 12:30 up until I had her, the pain was horrible. Horrible. It was like a 9 at that point. I was like, I need some medication, because it was hurting me and I didn't know what to do. Like 1:20, around that time, they told me that I had heard on the speaker thing that the anesthesiologist was on the way to give me the epidural, and I was like, thank God, because the pain was so bad, like I wanted to cry. I'm one of those that I don't like crying, especially when I'm, you know, gonna give birth. I'm like more calm and collected. That's what all of the nurse told me, that like how I was so like calm with like 6 centimeters and 8 centimeters dilated with no medication. So the doctor came in and said, okay, the anesthesiologist is coming, should be coming up in a little bit. I was like, okay. So she said she was gonna go get some papers, I believe. So after the lady, the nurse left, my mom went to the restroom, and she was like, I'm gonna go use the restroom. I said, okay. Like, I couldn't even talk through the contractions anymore. It was bad, and I really wanted that epidural. So like 5 minutes in, like not even 5, like 4 minutes in, at 1:24, you know, I was trying to find a comfortable spot to, you know, like position to lay down, because the pain was intolerable. I was like, oh my God, like that my back was ripping, because the pain had went from the front towards the back. So in the morning I had like contractions in the front, and then it went towards the back. I just wanted to get some epidural in me like yesterday, you know. So at 1:24 I had rolled over, and I'm never gonna forget this, like, ever. At 1:24, well, 1:23, because she was born out, you'll know in a little bit. So at 1:23 p.m., I was obviously I was laying down and like I felt a contraction coming, so I had laid down on my right side. And right when I laid down on my right side, my water broke. Like, my water just broke there. And I didn't know, because my water never broke on its own. Like, the doctor would always break it for me, so I never knew, like, how it felt. Like, it, you know, the water breaking naturally. And I was like, I didn't even have, like, a second to think. I was like, Mom, my water broke, my water broke. So, she's like, what? She's like, what, negrita? Because that's what my mom calls me. She's like, what, negrita? I said, Mom, go get a nurse that my water broke. And my mom's here, like, she was in the bathroom this whole time, mind you. And she's like, hold on, I'm going. You know, she's like she's like getting out of the bathroom with her pants like half up and shit. So, she went running. And while she was running, I turned back on my back just in case. And, you know, I could overhear my mom telling the nurse, my daughter, her water broke. I need a nurse in there, like right away. And I could hear the nurse say, you know, like putting on the system, like, hey, we need a doctor. Her water broke and, you know, the baby's about to come. And so when they came inside, the nurse had came in just to check on me. And I told her, I was like, I have to push. I'm like, she's like, I laugh now, but it was not funny at the moment. It was not funny at all. So, you know, I'm like, I have to push. And she's like, don't push. And I was like, how does that work? I can't tell the baby to stay inside. Like, how? I was like, what kind of question, what kind of comment was that? To not push. So I was like, right when I was telling her I had to push, like, I just pushed her out. Like, no, like, not a whole push, not a, like, you know, like 3/4 of a push. It was like half a push. All I did was like, it was like a little sneeze. Like, and boop, she was out. That's how quick, like, she came out. Like, there was no waiting, there was nothing. Right when my water broke, like a minute later, she came out, on not even on the hand or anything. She came out and she was on the bed. Like, the nurse was like, oh my God. And since she was a nurse, she was like, I'm assuming, like, she helped out, but she's not the main, like, OB, you know. So the OBGYN, I mean. So she came in, so she, you know, she grabbed her, wrapped her up, and I believe my mom was trying to help also at that moment. It went fast for me because I was at the top, you know, like, I was trying to see, but I was like, ugh. So my mom was trying to grab her too, so, you know, she wouldn't fall on the floor. Good thing she didn't fall on the floor. So then the nurse grabbed her, wrapped her up, and she still had, you know, she was still attached to me with the umbilical cord and everything. So it's not like the traditional, you know, you pick your legs up and then 1, 2, 3 push. Like, she just, bam, like, hello world. That's what she did. She said, hello world, I am ready to come out, like, right now. So my baby girl was born at 1:25 p.m. And look at her now, she's so big. So then that's when, like, a minute later, like 4 or 5 different, you know, doctors and anesthesiologists and nurses and, you know, everybody just came in like a swarm of bees, like. And I was like, whoa, you know, there was like, oh, she had the baby already? And there was like, yeah. Like, she did it all on her own. Didn't need to push. didn't even need anesthesia because I did it like I was freaking Superwoman or something. And then, you know, they told my mom if she wanted to cut her umbilical cord, and obviously my mom wanted to. So she cut her umbilical cord, and then we were, I wish we did record it because, you know, I feel like that would have been a special and a hilarious moment to watch. Like, I literally gave birth to my own child in the hospital. Like, what was, like, yeah. So I literally gave birth to my baby by myself in the hospital. Really hilarious, which this has never happened to me with any of my kids, especially without epidural. I was so scared. Like, you guys do not know how scared I was to push, because I thought I was gonna feel my private area like ripping or something, but it wasn't. And I'll talk to you guys about like my feelings and everything in a little bit. But after my mom cut her umbilical cord, they put her on me for, you know, tummy time. I believe that's what it's called. Like mommy and daughter bonding time. That's what I'm gonna call it. So they put her on my chest. She was with me for 2 hours, and then she was fine. They like, and it was the most unconventional like delivery ever, because like, you know how when you have like induced labor, or when they give you epidural, you know, like they know, okay, it's time to push. We have you know, we're gonna weigh her now, we're gonna check her height and everything. That did not happen. They did have everything set up, but since they didn't, like, since it was just like out of the blue that she just came out by herself, it took them like about 2 hours, I'll say, to check her height and her weight and, you know, all of that. Which I was fine, because I was hanging out with her on my chest for 2 hours. Pounds and 9 ounces. So I cannot believe I just popped out an 8-pound and 9-ounce baby, because she is my biggest baby. My last pregnancy, he was 8 pounds exactly. So the more kids I had, the more weight they put on. But everything was fine. You know, she was chilling. She was sleeping for like a good 2 hours. Like, they were a little worried that she didn't make noise, but she was just sleeping. She was, for 2 hours, she was just napping with mommy. And that was my birth story. Like, she was healthy. That's all I cared for. She was healthy, and she did leave with me when I left, when I got discharged. So I was happy for that. And she stayed in my room the whole time, which was kind of weird for me, because my first 3 pregnancies, all of them, they had to be either in the NICU for a little bit or like that. So they didn't get to stay with me like the 2 days. But my last pregnancy and her, they got to stay with me in the hospital, which I was happy for that. But my experience through this pregnancy compared to the other ones are different. Most of them were like the same, my pregnancies, but hers was really different. I don't think I had, like, for example, for her pregnancy, I didn't have a craving for watermelon, which was weird, because for all of my boys, that's all I wanted was like watermelon. And for her, it was more like chocolate that I wanted. Oh, like, look at this face. Like, don't you just want to kiss her? Oh, what happened? And look, she's exploring everything now. Like, she got her wild hair going over here. Oh, excuse you. I will say that my thought on, you know, giving birth naturally, I was surprised, because I thought it was going to hurt, which it did, but I thought it was gonna hurt more than it did. And then B, I thought I was gonna feel stuff tearing down there, which didn't happen. And then see about the pain afterwards, because you know with epidural you don't feel the, like, you know, you're numb. So it's like a little soreness, you know, like soreness down there. And they did tell me, they kept mentioning it like the whole time I was there. Wow, this is the girl that, you know, had her own baby in the hospital. And that's what I was known for 2 days. That was like, wow, you are like a super mom, because you came in here walking with 6 centimeters, and then on top of that you went and had your baby naturally with no medicine and no nurses around. We give you props. And I was like, I guess that was on my bucket list. Not really, that was not on my bucket list. But yeah, they were all supportive, and they helped out with the baby. Well, not really, because even in their words, there was like, I don't know why she needed us. She did this all on her own. But they were the sweetest team of, you know, like staff. They were all, they always offered, okay, do you want more of this? Are you okay? You know, so they were kind, and I really love that. And side note, all of my kids were born at the same hospital. And most of the staff knows me because I've been there a couple of times already. But that was my labor and delivery story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I'm kind of late in, you know, like posting this video because she's going to be 3 months. But it's better to do it sooner rather than later, right? That's all from me and baby Evalyn. If you guys want to see my tubal ligation story, that's what I'm gonna call it. Just let me know in the comment section below, and you know, just questions about it if you guys want, leave me in the comments too. I did do it for many different reasons, and if you guys want to watch that, let me know. And if you guys want to see some of my previous videos, I'll leave those in the description below so you guys can go check that out. Without saying no more, I will see you guys next time, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified, and we will see you next time. Bye.